Hi, this is Rapkumar Menon. Today, we're going to talk about some of the key technology trends which are disrupting the retail industry and what it means to today's CIOs and CTOs. If you look at it, the model retail industry is being disrupted as we speak. Digital transformation is no longer a premium; it is actually a necessity. And even with it, I believe there are real existential threats to several retailers. Today's new digitally enabled consumers, new market entrants, this plethora of startups doing this, new business models. So things are changing in retail today, and more businesses are going online. Even Black Friday shopping today is shifting fast from stores to online deals. If you look at it, the sales online in the United States last year is more than $100 billion. So even before we talk about new technology trends, today's CIOs and CTOs having a hard time catching up with elastically scaling to handle such workloads. Full visibility in the inventory, ensuring all the stakeholders in the sales teams have all the data they need to be able to efficiently operate. But again, I think still, with all this being said, I believe there are, three technology trends that are changing things today in the retail world. They are artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and blockchain. Let me first walk through how these trends are shaping the retail experience of the modern shopper, and then we'll proceed to discuss what are the things that CIOs and CTOs need to put on top of the desk to able to address this tsunami of change, I would say, that's making waves across the industry. Let's start with the Internet of Things. If you look at it, like the Amazon Go, which was launched some time back, it was amazing to see the experience Amazon has created for the shoppers. They deployed IoT sensors, AI ML technologies, cameras in a completely new format brick and mortar store that totally eliminates checkout counters. It actually uses an app called Amazon Go app to make purchases on the go. It uses technologies such as, I believe, computer vision, sensor fusion, deep learning, etc., to deliver a totally frictionless experience to its customers. And similarly, wearable technology. This is being heavily leveraged to provide all the retail employees ready-made information on stocks, when the shipment is arriving, which aisle needs help in the retail store, readily using the wearable device, and they can be having an intelligent conversation with the customer about stock availability, etc., before needing to rush back to the back of the store to figure out more information or to check stock or inventory. Now, there are several other advances. There are smart glasses, wearable cameras, hearables, which actually enable shop floor employees to communicate with both in-person and online customers very effectively. So, which includes getting product details, inventory, etc., instantly. Personalization is also getting to the next level. There are things like smart mirrors, smart virtual dressing rooms, face detection to bring customers into the store and provide them recommendations and so on. So there is a humongous amount of innovation happening in the IoT world. And similarly in AI, now if you had watched Sundar Pichai's keynote at Google I/O this year, this will not come as a surprise at all. The bots are growing at a fervent pace as assistants to customers and helping them find exactly what they need as soon as possible. The deep learning technologies are actually enabling these bots to able to provide very intelligent responses to queries from customers, significantly increasing customer satisfaction. And vendors such as Amazon, eBay, and others are already actively leveraging AI and ML technologies to provide intelligent recommendations to the user and increasing conversions. In fact, some of these large firms acquired more than 200 plus AI startups to deliver these experiences to consumers. ML technologies for image recognition, processing have taken such intelligence at the next level. They actually interpret gestures, actions, even gazes from users, and along with the existing user profile, they help predict and perform appropriate action to maximize conversions. And if you look at it, the list goes on, right? There's real-time product targeting, visual search, conversational commerce, intelligent sizing and styling, in-store online analytics, and so on and so forth, where a lot of the vendors are actually investing in. Let's look at blockchain. As we know, blockchain is a decentralized ledger that can not only record financial transactions but also several other forms of very valuable data. And the transparency and the reliability of the blockchain is what is bringing it to the forefront of retail. And this enables easy flow of data, I would imagine, between different units of a complete retail chain. Now, for CIOs, I think they can look at leveraging blockchain to get a fully transparent supply chain that I think can help in various ways: vendor relations, payment automation, eliminating intermediaries such as banks, and so on, right? And it can certainly enhance the customer experience by improving billing, reward systems, and simplify that very hassle creating warranty claim use cases. And I think above all, it provides real-time inventory visibility. It helps keep inventory lean, it reduces shrinkage, and so on. Now, those were the three trends, and what are the things that CIOs and CTOs need to think about here? Now, if you look at it, data is going to be the center of the universe. Everything may be variables or data coming in, from warehouses, from data lakes. They need significant amount of work in terms of harvesting, wrangling, and curation of the data. End of the day, AI and machine learning it's driven by data, and if you don't have good data, then it's worse than actually having any data at all, right? And to do this, they need really people with great skills, right? Whether it's from machine learning or blockchain, they need data scientists, and it's not easy to find people with such skills. So they need to plan for resourcing budgets, set aside some right expectations on how they are, how many are going to be available in the region, and what are the skill sets. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And number two, in terms of IoT, if you look at it, the more the devices connect to the retail network, the more susceptible it used to be hacked. So hackers have more points to exploit. So it is extremely important to have a strong security team to make sure you have a closed and secure system. Still open to customers, but still very safe enough for the retail companies. PaaS and the need for integration platform. This is very important. More and more companies are moving to the cloud for agility, operational savings, and I think most importantly, these SaaS without integration, I would say, is a silo as a service. They need to be connected. They need to be able to exchange data in real time. They need to have the latest and the more accurate data. And end of the day, it goes beyond SaaS, right? It has, if you're looking at AI platforms, machine learning platforms, chatbot platforms, all of these are important elements of a solution. So CIOs and CTOs need to evaluate and find the right PaaS platform that can bring all these solutions together instead of a multi-pillar, multi-vendor solution, which is going to be hard to manage and operate. And end of the day, they need to drive a new bimodal IT organization. They will still have the responsibility to keep the lights on, but they still need to keep the resources to experiment and drive some of this new innovation and initiatives, right? Including things like blockchain, machine learning, and so on. And they need to look at the potential impact of these technologies to the IT team, the processes, the organizational structure. They need to understand the ROIs. What is the return of investment over the next few years that they would be getting by investing in these technologies? And I think most of them are proven. Blockchain, for instance, is still evolving. They need to look at it and figure out, what will be their immediate investments, in terms of experimenting, prototyping, and then building a prioritized roadmap for the coming years, across all of these technologies that are driving innovation today in retail. Thank you very much, and that kind of summarizes, my presentation on the significant technologies disrupting retail and what it means for CIOs and CTOs.